What is going on, ladies and gentlemen of the YouTube world? You got your boy Maddie with some more gameplay commentary. Today is the beginning of a new series I'm going to introduce to my channel and also the Gaming Resistance. It's going to be So Let's Talk. So basically what it is you guys can pick topics, I'll pick topics, I don't know, I'll mix it up a little bit, maybe I'll use some comments as well, viewer selections and my own. Just kind of talk about random things of life, certain topics, not necessarily hot topics like things that go on in the world, but maybe just more generalized things. So today we're going to kick it off. You can see in the title there, we're going to go big. As the very first episode, we're going to talk girls. Now, I'm putting a disclaimer right now. This is not a guide to get into a girl's pants. Okay, guys, this isn't a how to get laid quick scheme. This is if you really like somebody, or if you've seen this girl and you're like, wow, that girl is beautiful. Like, I would love to talk to her, but I have no way of doing it. Like, I have no idea what to say, or you're just too scared, nervous, whatever. Now, I'm not saying that I'm an expert by any means. From what I've learned, obviously in high school and things like that, I have a little bit of experience. But don't think that I'm some playboy mansioner just living the dream right now. I don't have a girlfriend right now, but I'm working on it right now, doing the same thing I'm about to kind of explain to you guys, the step-by-step process I do, not step-by-step, but just things I do. So, without further ado, here we go. Okay, so, you've seen this girl in class, or if you're older, you've seen her in the bar, or something, whatever, right? But you have no idea how to talk to her, okay? The easiest way, obviously, would be an introduction. So some third party knows her and introduces you accordingly. So let's go with high school just because it's an easier situation. Yeah, and you see this girl, you're like, wow, she is stunning. Like, she is a very beautiful, beautiful girl. Your buddy knows her somehow, some way. Let's say he knows her because his sister is friends with her, whatever. Whatever if it's something small like that, that's perfect. Because you can be like, hey man, why don't you like set it up so like we all hang out? So, excuse me. What you don't want to do is have three people. Three people is awkward, okay? Because you and that girl are going to try and talk, and that third is there, and that's awkward. So you want a minimum of 4 people in total. Maximum, I want to say 8. Any more than that, because it has to be even numbers. You can pick as many people as you want, I guess. I wouldn't go higher than 6, but you can pick whatever you want. Like, as long as it's even. It has to be even so everyone has someone to talk to. Because you'll have your girl, they'll have their friends, and yada yada yada. And then you guys can talk as a group too. It's not like you're just isolating yourself from the group, but you want that time to get to know her and talk to her and stuff as well. Okay, so that's the first part, introduction. If you have no way of introducing yourself at all, and you do not know her in any way, shape, or form, the only realistic option would be, well, you can make it a casual occurrence, like you can, I don't know, drop her books by accident, bump into her, or something like that, or you could just go up there and say hi. You could literally go up to her, you could be like, actually, pro tip, one time I had my books, and I was like, what if I just ask her if this is her book? So that's what I did. I walked up to her and said, excuse me, did you just lose your book? And then she's like, no, that's not mine. Then you go, oh, I'm sorry, I apologize. And then you start the conversation. That's all you need, is the one little opening, and you can start your conversation with anyone. Any girl wants to be talked to. Any girl likes attention. There isn't one girl that I know of that doesn't like that attention. Not saying they're attention whores, but they just like to be, I don't know, they just like talking. That's just girls, right? You know what I mean. But, okay, so introduction's done. We figured that part out. Second part is, what do you talk about? Like, it's nice that you've started talking, but what do you talk about? When you first start to get to know each other and you first start talking, just let her go. Let her talk about anything and everything. Get to know every little thing about her that you can in the first 2 times seeing her or whatever, because that information can be used for later events. So let's say, let's make our girl a gymnast. She's a gymnast, she's very athletic, loves sports, yada yada yada, and also doesn't like sushi. Okay, so you got a like and you got a dislike. She likes gymnastics, so she likes overall athletic things. She probably doesn't mind sports, but she hates sushi. So, if you ask her out on a date, take her to an athletic event. It doesn't have to necessarily be gymnastics. I don't think she'd want to watch that. But ask her other stories, like, hey, do you like hockey too? Or do you like basketball, baseball, shit like that? And then you can take her to those events. You know what I mean? Or you can do something silly like bowling or, I don't know. You guys can figure that part out. But just take her to an event that she likes. So we'll make it easier. She, instead of gymnast, she likes horseback riding. No. I don't know, you guys know what I'm saying. But for the dislikes, the dislikes are more important than the likes, in my personal opinion. If she doesn't like something, you can't convert her to start liking it. So, like we said before, she doesn't like sushi. So if you ask her out on a date, don't take her to a sushi restaurant. Take her to, I don't know, I usually go to like Boston Pizza, or I'm not calling out names for any particular reason, but just take her out somewhere that is nice. Obviously, if you guys are in high school, you're not going to have the funds to do what I'm saying, so just take her to like a coffee shop and just kind of sit in the coffee shop and talk more. That's what I do too. Like if I'm running low on money, I just, hey, let's go for a coffee where it's only $4 versus the $50 for dinner. That's also a secondary option, coffee or dinner, whatever you guys prefer. Okay, so we've covered the excuse me. We've covered the intro. We've covered interests. That's a big thing. Don't make sure you get a few interests, because if you don't listen, obviously, they'll remember that. They remember that as a lot. Now, we've covered her interests, and now you need to obviously open up to her and share a few things as well. My biggest tip would be don't lie about anything. Anything big, anything small, just don't lie. And the reason, obviously that sounds obvious, but people, like, I know friends that'll do little white lies, like, you know what I mean, they'll do little things, like, yeah, I broke my arm playing basketball with, like, these college kids, and they totally were, like, weren't keeping up. Like, I was keeping up with them, no problem, but then I broke my arm, so I couldn't play. That, first off, that sounds stupid. That's not a believable lie, in my opinion, as well. It just came off the top of my head. But even if it's something so abstract that they can't follow back and trace, there's really no point, because you're going to have to remember that for the rest of the time you know her. So just tell the truth about you. Like, obviously, I'm a huge gamer. Obviously, I don't say that I'm a huge gamer and I put YouTube videos on the internet, but I tell people that I do game. I'm like, yeah, you know, I play a little Xbox, a little PS3, a little PC, you know, I kind of dabble, mostly COD, yada yada. So I'm honest about that, and you should be too. If you feel that, because gaming now has become very social. It's not all about these tryhards in their basement sweating it out for 8 hours. It's more, it's open now. People, there's a lot of gaming. It's very casual now. So you can mention, yeah, you know, I play a little gaming. I don't make it, like, just don't say it takes over your life. Don't say you put in 8 hours every weekend, because that's not good. You don't want to say that. Even if it does, don't say that part. Just say you game, you know? That's what I do. Like, yeah, you know, I game a little bit, I work, play sports, do, like, whatever you do. Now, if she has interest in your gaming and is curious, don't and let her in fully at the one time, because that will scare her off how much you game, right? That'll scare her off. But just show her little things. Like, if she's like, wow, really? Like, how do you play? Like, I really want to know how to play because I'm a girl. That's my girl interpretation. That's good. You can show her, like, you can be like, hey, come on over to my house, you know, I have Netflix too, so after you play a little bit, we can just watch a movie after and hang out. Perfect. Now, what you do at your house is, I'm not telling you, that's up to you. You gotta pick that up, unless you guys really want to make a video about that. But again, this is not a video to get in their pants. This is a video to get to know the person and talk to them. This is what I'm trying to explain, is how to do it. For the guys that are so shy and don't know what to say, this is what it's for. This isn't to just try and fuck random bitches. Okay, guys, you need to calm it down. But yeah, so like if she shows interest in gaming, goes, oh really, that's cool, like, what do you play, and blah blah blah, then let that casually come. Don't be like, oh, come over to my house, I'll show you like my Dungeons and Dragons set, and I'll show you this. That will scare her off. Just open it up a little bit, kind of say, yeah, you know, like I do game at sometimes, but not a whole lot, yada yada yada. And other interests too, obviously. If you like sports, books, movies, school, like science, math, just tell her, like, you know, I have really interest in science. Maybe she's failing science right now and needs your help. Perfect. That's another opportunity. This video is wrapping up, guys. I know it was a rather long one. Thank you for enjoying. If you want a part 2, let me know. I can definitely supply that for you. I hope you guys have a great afternoon, evening, day, whatever you got. See you later.